my name is Josh Burks, and I'm presenting my case study for EXSC 394. My client was Kayla Neal. She's 30 years old. She has a previous history of training and being a competitive swimmer. She trained at F45 for a long bit of time, but she's been a little bit inconsistent in training most recently. She doesn't have any injuries we need to worry about, only asthma, but she manages it through an inhaler. And she does have access to a private gym at home, which is pretty well equipped. She has three main goals: to improve strength, to enjoy fitness and training and avoid it being a chore, being a 6 and 7 out of 10 rating of importance, and lose body fat, which is the most important to it, at 9 out of 10. Some other motivations outside of her goals were to see physical changes within her body, her future plans to have kids and start a family, and effective training, always feeling better afterwards. She had some likes and dislikes, pretty much very common with most people, living a busy lifestyle, training in winter. Overall, we just really want to try to get her a bit more consistent with her training, obviously having a lot of fun, and aim to improve some overall health results for her. Here are pre and post screening measurements that we went through. Most was pretty good. Her BMI was pretty good. Her hip to waist ratio put her in, unfortunately, a high risk. But as you can see in the post screening, she did better with most of her results. She dropped a little bit of weight, increased her hip weight ratio. Unfortunately, she had a flu, which made her really sick halfway through, which sort of hindered some of her results. Here's some of the fitness tests we went through. As you can see, from left to right, her RPE scale and heart rate were the things that she struggled with the most in the post, obviously being a little bit sick, but she improved across the board on everything, so she did really well, considering she did have that little bit of time off. Overall, something she did really well. I'm really happy with her results, considering we did have that chunk of time off. I think she could have done a lot better, but hopefully the next cycle of training she'll do a lot better. And that's just the equation there at the bottom that I used to calculate the VO2 from the step test. This is the exercise program, which consists of a resistance training session, 2 circuit sessions, and an aerobic fitness session, so just cardio in general. The resistance training and circuit sessions, as you can see, consist of upper body and lower body exercises. The sets, reps, and resistance or body weight is here. So, for instance, 3 sets, 10 reps at the weight that we want to be going through. And the circuits are 30-30, so 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off for 3 to 5 rounds. So aiming for at least a minimum of 20 plus minutes. And the cardio sessions will be going 1 to 3 sessions per week at 45 minutes, aiming for 65 to 75% heart rate, or 123 to 142 for Kayla. Ideally, we're just trying to learn the fundamentals and technique of training in this initial program. So as we start to get heavier and heavier and harder, Kayla doesn't build up any bad habits that might lead to an injury, which we want to avoid. And we also want to be adding as much lean muscle mass as we can possibly through these. The circuit training sessions are there to add a bit more fun and a bit more variety to the program. So just gives her a lot more choices to make when it comes to doing our own training. The ACMS guidelines sort of had a strong base in the program design, so we want to start increasing her physical activity 150 to 300 minutes per week. We want to be utilising multi-joint exercises, 2 to 3 sets at 8 to 12 reps, at tempo of 2 seconds up and 2 seconds down, rest periods of 2 to 3 minutes at 2 to 3 sessions per week, and we want to be including a dynamic stretching, which is preferred over static stretching, 2 to 3 days per week, 10 to 30 seconds per hold, each major muscle group. Resistance training and circuit training has shown that it can aid in weight loss, and they can see a decrease in adipose tissues, which will be quite excellent as a result of wanting to lose fat. You can also see an improvement in the resting metabolic rate, which again is quite excellent, because we want to be using that resting metabolic rate, which will then affect the lowering of adipose tissues, again losing fat weight, which is going to be excellent. Another point highlight about the benefits of circuit training is that you burn a lot of calories during the session in such a short period of time, but you also burn a lot of calories post-session and up to 72 hours while the muscles are sort of reforming and rebuilding. Resistance training has also been shown to be quite as nearly as effective or as effective as endurance training when it comes to cardiovascular conditioning and reducing the risk factors associated with cardiovascular disease. But that doesn't mean you should just be doing resistance training. You should also be implementing cardio training as well. Circuit training can also help improve VO2 max. Muscular endurance can also help reduce BMI. The exercises we've picked here are mainly to be focusing on building lean muscle mass. Increasing the lean muscle mass has been associated with the increase in resting metabolic rate, which increases resting energy expenditure, leading to more calories being burnt at rest. And these two studies led to weight loss in their patients or maintaining weight loss in the people being studied. They used a variety of exercises for resistance training very similar to ours, using a deadlift, squat, chest press, pull-ups, push-ups, so big muscle groups that they're all focusing on using. For the aerobic training, we want to be getting Kayla to use as many different sources as can, again, make it engaging and fun. But walking is a great source. It can help her de-stress, and she likes listening to audiobooks and podcasts. Walking has been shown that it can increase VO2, improve weight loss, and it can help with mental health problems, stress and anxiety, which she might get from work. Throughout our training sessions, an RPE scale was used. Day 2004 stated that the use of RPE scale during resistance training is a genuine method for judging intensity. One of Kayla's health concerns is asthma. Avalon and McLeish 2013 linked the benefits of aerobic exercise. Now it helps manage asthma by improving lung function, lung health, and its overall positive effect on mental health. Another one of Kayla's motivations outside of her goals was her future plans to have kids or family plans. Studies have shown that physical activity can help sustain and improve fitness through pregnancy, help fight off maternal health effects such as gestation and diabetes, and improve the physical durability during labour. Another study showed that women who are more physically active during pregnancy are less likely to get a C-section in comparison to women who are more inactive. Another study by Zezek et al. 2008 concluded that kids are 6 times more likely to be active if they're supported by their parents. And Nano et al. 2014 backed the previous statement by linking that the physical activity and diet habits of the parents will affect the children during their developmental stages while they're forming their own habits of these. For nutrition, the advice was given to want to avoid high-caloric foods and snack foods, not to fully cut them out because she does enjoy them, but we want to just not be pushing them as much, so we want to increase the tidy levels. We also add high-protein meals in, or getting a bit more protein in. So we want to be aiming to add about 1.6 grams to 2.4 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. This will obviously help us try to avoid losing lean muscle mass during a caloric deficit. High-protein diets have also been linked to improved weight loss, lipid profiles, thermogenesis, reduced blood pressure, and promoting healthier or higher levels of satiety, so keeping that level of fullness, which is excellent. Overall, this program just aims to set a strong foundation for Kayla and her future. We want to try to overcome all the issues that help stop her from achieving her goals, and I think the program sort of allows for this future to continue rolling forward and continue developing her. Professional reflection. So, for this practical side of this unit, I do expect I'll do reasonably well because I've been working in the industry for quite a long time, working in a lot of different fields from high risk to general pop, so I would expect to have a high standard throughout this practical side of things. I believe I was very attentive to my clients' needs throughout the program. I tried to design programs around everything that she wanted to, and if we need to change anything during the session, I did. I just wanted to make sure she was engaged and happy, and giving many opportunities for her to improve her overall health. Again, trying to give her many sessions to overcome as many barriers as we possibly can and roadblocks in her life. In saying all this, I definitely can continue to improve. I firmly believe that if your coach doesn't have a coach, then you should probably get a new coach. I do not know everything, and I want to continue to execute best practice for my clients. So I need to continue doing more research and just continue updating myself. And this was a really good time to get reflection from a health professional that I haven't had for a very long time. Throughout my sessions, though, I need to learn new ways to familiarize myself with my client. She actually was my fiancée, so I had to pretend a lot of time not to know. But finding out more ways to engage with the client throughout the session, to keep the focus within the session and not keep the mind wandering, is definitely something I can continue to improve upon. I'm also very hands-on with my clients, palpating and trying to guide movements. And during these COVID times, and also can be invasive to people's personal space, I need to learn to adapt a little bit better and be more vocal and being better at physically describing what I want to get from my clients. Being comfortable with my clients can also be an issue. A lot of my clients are long-term, and again, my fiancée was my client for this program, which can affect the outcome of training. So I need to make sure I'm always maintaining a high professional standard, because at the end of the day, they are paying for a service. So I need to make sure they're getting every dollar that they feel like they are paying for. And these are the references I used throughout the program or the presentation. Thank you.